Time is a construct, so are end of year lists. They mean nothing and everything all at once. Is it worthwhile doing one of these? Is it a waste of time? Are we just repeating ourselves over and over again as the internet defines our tastes universally? Is there anything new that hasn't already been put into someone else's list? Probably not. That said, here I am doing a list. In part, I actually like the practice as a little bit of a chance to reflect on actually what has come out, things that may have been forgotten, highlight some things that perhaps haven't appeared in other lists, and just to do a bit of a recap. And also as a chance to say thanks to everyone for their support for the year. So 2024, I got to release 2 issues of the zine, kicking off with the double issue with The Hell, Surrogates and Enzyme, and that was back in February, feels like a long time ago. And then mid-year, there was the issue with Hez and Zangier and with the Hardcore Victim photo blog. So 2 issues this year. Issue number 18 is in the works. Issue 17, I should say, is in the works. So keep an eye out for that in 2025. With regards to releases, no order. It's fucking annoying when people put them in cassettes and 7 inches and LPs. It's sort of like, sure, if you want to be pedantic, but for me it's just more a matter of what did I really enjoy this year, and I'm just going to share them now. So in terms of different things, Baron Hellscape, New Zealand, raw crust, D-beat, awesome stuff from their demo. Just recently, Exit Plume put out their second demo. Really, really awesome release from local Nijin Brisbane band. Look out for an interview with them in the new issue. Necron 9 on Unlawful Assembly. This is their 3rd demo. It's my favorite so far. Really, really great band, and looking forward to seeing what they have in store with perhaps a longer release in the future. And then Total Con. So I think they're a UK band, not too sure. They've been out on Brain Rotter and Unlawful Assembly, both releases this year. Really amazing band. Definitely check out both of these tapes. In terms of LPs, the G2G release was kind of fun and interesting, a bit different. Nothing that I would rave about, but it was solid, so it was pretty good. Some local-ish bands, so Jalang from Naarm, Melbourne, and then Unsanitary Napkin from New Zealand. Awesome split on Bad Habit, so 2 really great bands that have something to say and do it well. The Mirage 12-inch was one that was on high rotation for me this year. I fell in love with their tape that they did on Roachleg, and this release just sort of cemented what a great band. Based in New York, but with the Italian language vocals, so kind of a cool mix. How are we going so far? You still with me here? Fuck, how exciting our lists. Canal El Real? Canal Ireal? I'm not sure how to pronounce that, I'm sorry, but it's Martin from Krudos and Limp Wrist, and doing sort of post-punk, but doing it extremely well. Just sort of has that punk energy with sort of within that post-punk sort of formula of, I guess, icy guitar lines that's sort of danceable, but it still has a punk spirit within it that a lot of post-punk kind of loses. So this was a really good one, really high rotation for me this year. Innuendo, another Unlawful Assembly release, so just an amazing label doing really killer work. Dan from RIP Peace Distros here in Nijin Brisbane brought in a lot of their stuff, so hence I have a lot of their stuff. But yeah, Innuendo was one of the great releases. kind of, for me, they little, I did a review for them in one of the previous issues, but kind of had kind of a rock grunt or swagger to it, but with sort of rough and tumbled, sharp edges of hardcore punk. So kind of again another little fun mix that's a bit different to some of the cookie cutter stuff that people seem to like these days. Sooks put out their first record. Their demo tape was really great. They're both based over in WA, so another sort of local band that's just killing it. That whole WA Perth kind of scene just seems to be generating amazing bands, and Sooks is definitely one of them. So if you haven't come across them yet, highly recommended. I guess all of these are highly recommended because obviously it's an end of year list, so take that with a grain of salt. These two releases kind of came out, I got them at the same time, and they're both amazing for different reasons. And the Nasty 12-inch, it's kind of there in the title. It's kind of sort of nasty hardcore on Iron Lung. And then the Paprika Let's Kill Punk. I am looking forward to hearing the 7-inch that they've got coming soon. It hasn't arrived by the making of this video, so I suspect to probably hear that in the new year. But yeah, Let's Kill Punk, amazing sort of records. So Demented, driving, has some interesting things to say. So both these Iron Lung releases were on the stereo a lot for me this year. The Bato release on Not For The Weak, just fast US style hardcore, really fun stuff. Let's have a look here. Bloodstains. So their demo EP, I forget what it was, I had a digital copy of it, is amazing, and this LP is just as solid. Really just, I kind of called it like classic Southern California style punk. So think Germs, Adolescents, that kind of vibe. So it's not necessarily hardcore, but it's not skate punk either. It's just sort of melodic, but yeah, really sort of pure and yeah, listen to it. Okay, so I've kind of reduced down the pile to sort of probably the most high rotation. So let's switch to 7 inches. So the Osbo 7-inch Sydney band, I think, from my knowledge, New South Wales. Great little 7-inch from Blow Blood Records. Sort of great, sort of faster, hardcore sort of sound from the band. Another Sydney-based band called Backhand. Great band, great artwork. This comes with like a zine sort of full of the liner notes and lyrics. So just great care went into this release. So kind of a bit more on the modern hardcore sort of side, but without being too tough guy, too beat down. But yeah, good stuff. Pirua Mania, love this band. This release is the first one from the band for a little bit. This is on Roach Leg, I think so. I could be wrong, but yeah, great, sort of catchy. So my understanding is it's Spectres with backing their singer from Bagada. So yeah, great kind of catchy post-punk with, yeah, again with that sort of, still got that punk streak to it, which makes this yeah, a real big favorite for the year. Oh my god, I'm still going. Alright, Syntax. This came out, I think blew everyone's sort of faces off. Really great hardcore out of Victoria, Melbourne. So this EP is really awesome. Kind of would love to catch this band live in the near future, so fingers crossed for that. Kissland, yet another sort of Melbourne Naarm-based band. More on the thrashy side, but really great done, femme vocals, and yeah, kind of leading a bit of a sort of thrash punk revival, hopefully. Disintegration Valencia, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. So a bit more on the sort of punk metal sort of side, so kind of grim and nasty sort of stuff, but yeah, solid 7-inch. So again, kind of whittled it down to the pile is now just sort of probably the top of the heap, things that I had listened to a lot and really sort of found a place on the stereo and in my heart. The Physique, Overcome by Pain, 7-inch. They killed it with their last record, and this continues that on. Just love this band and where they've headed in their sound and what they have to say, and this kind of captures sort of all those sort of feelings of fury and disgust and despair and still hope all at once. So really good. The No Knock really grabbed me, so this is on Peace of Mind. So No Knock, kind of anarcho-punk, art punk, just punk sort of sound, hard to describe I guess. But again, this one just had something to say and did things sort of in their own way, and I really appreciated that. The Yellowcake 7-inch, that came out on Not For The Weak, Fragmented Truth. I've had a few of their tapes, I love their tapes, but this one really sold me on the band. This 7-inch just kind of, to me, took their music up to yet another level, and sort of has made me really hype on what the band has coming down the pipeline, so hopefully more from them. But yeah, super amazing, super raw, hardcore punk. The Flower 7-inch, just again, I kind of like this more than their LP. Don't know if it's just slight development of their sound or just sort of they got to play around, or maybe if it's just the format worked better for the band. I like, and kind of love the LP, but this really earlier in the year just sort of latched into my brain and sort of really got under my skin in a good way. Alright, so in terms of the remaining releases, the new Neuro record, one of my favorite bands. This is no different. I probably need to spend more time with this record. It's definitely one that I need to perhaps sit with and unpack even more, but I still just love it. The effort that goes into the presentation for this band, I love the artwork, the care, the extras, the attention to detail. Just again, like having a physical product like an LP or a zine or whatever it might be. You get an experience that you don't get from a digital format, and Neuro is definitely up there with how much they put in for the listener. So really great record. Then we've got Alan Bonata. So their tape demo was good and I liked it, but it didn't really connect with me until after I had a bit of a break from listening to it and came back to it. And then when this came out, it blew my socks off. So this is really, really up there for me for this year as one of the best records going. Alrighty, so we have Vampire, so another Melbourne Naarm-based band, with their What Seems Forever Can Be Broken, which, if you didn't know, are lyrics from one of the songs on the record. I got that tip from the band. So, interview coming with the band for the next issue. Currently the world's greatest anarcho-punk band, according to Ben from Televised Suicide, but I would probably agree with that. Just amazing songs, distinct to the point. I can't recall the last time I've encountered an anarcho-punk band from Australia. Just doing really solid stuff. Like, this is just like a great release to perhaps introduce new people to the type of genre and to open up that sound and that genre again for people who perhaps had moved away from it. With fury and passion and sincerity, and just amazing record, really well done. And there'll be an interview coming soon with them, so look out for that. Really awesome people. Speaking of anarcho-punk industry, now, I first saw this up on Bandcamp, I think, and I was just like, I gotta listen to this record, just totally due to the name. A self-portrait at the stage of totalitarian domination of all aspects of life. So that obviously is like a chicken drumstick to a hungry Looney Tunes dog. I had to go for it, so hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, an amazing band again, revitalizing the genre, because we're living in times that I think call for more systemic analysis and a push within punk music to be more aware and be aware of our own power collectively. Even though perhaps a punk rock song or a punk album can't change the world, but it can give us ideas and motivate us and make us aware and remind us of our place and our ability to try and change things. So I think that's important, and to take stock of where we're at in life and how we do things. Amazing lyric booklet in this, amazing songs. Awesome band, can't get enough of this, and I hope both them and Vampire continue to release important music. One, I don't know if I've seen this on many people's lists, surprisingly, but the Attack Zero EP, again, like, just amazing sort of post-punk, dance punk, it's not even dance punk, but just melodic and fun and upbeat, that driving and intense, and with, again, something to say. Just a great release. This is right up there. It's had heavy play for me all year round. Great band. And again, another one that I can't get enough of. And you know, you listen to certain bands, you just sort of like want more and more. So they're a band that makes me greedy. That's how I can put it. And then, lastly but not least, is the Invertebrates LP. Holy shit. Like, I have all types of different loves within punk and outside of punk, but I definitely have a big soft spot for 80s US hardcore and that kind of sound, that kind of style. The speed, that's still an element of rhythm and melody, and that's twisted and turned and sort of spat out at a lightning pace. And Invertebrates captured all of that. Socially aware lyrics, sort of anger and fire, and amazing record. Great song that goes by in a minute, and I just kept flipping it over and over again. The type of record for me that fills my cup up, fills my spoons up. Kind of recharges, can turn any type of shitty day, shitty situation, frustrations with what the fuck's happening in the world, and kind of recharges those batteries and gives you a laser focus and amps you up and makes you want to kind of go out and take the world on head on. And to me, that's always been one of the reasons why I love punk rock. So there's some of the recent releases I have. You know, the Total Rec demo that's coming out from the Sunshine Coast is great. The tape should be here soon. I'm sure there's other releases that I'm missing, but again, that's kind of not the point. A lot of this has been captured in the zines, and I'm sure there'll be lots of reviews in the zines of some of the stuff that hasn't been captured already. But yeah, you know, there's always so much stuff. It's hard to keep on top of it, which is great and frustrating and bad for the wallet and the cost of living crisis and all those kind of things. But I'm much more lucky and privileged than many. So yeah, pretty solid year. I would have liked to have had another issue of the zine out by now, but it's been a little bit slow and a few things that came up towards the end of the year. So hopefully early 2025 will be the next issue featuring Exit Plume and Vampire. So keep an eye out for that. Thanks to anyone who's liked, messaged, sort of checked out a zine, checked out a PDF. I really appreciate it. Keep an eye out. I'm thinking about getting people's feedback about the zine moving forward. Just in terms of like regularity of releases, like less content, have it out more often, or if people like the larger amount of content and sort of the 6 monthly-ish release sort of cycle. Quality of the prints, sort of some of those things, just to see if there's some tweaks that can be made to make it either more affordable, even though I try and keep it as cheap as possible. $20 zines are fucking ridiculous. It should be called a magazine or a book. You know, if it's a zine, it should be fucking cheap. It should be easy for people to get their hands on, because that's the whole point of it. So I try and, you know, $5, sell it at cost. I don't make any money off of it. But I know that even $5 plus some postage sort of is adding up in today's world. And I don't want to just go digital. So hopefully I can find some tweaks or get some feedback and see what people are looking for or might like more so. But yeah, we'll see. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Hopefully there was something of use here for you, and if not, fuck ya, and have a good end of the year, whatever that means. We're back fucking at work in 2 weeks' time for most of us, so it's kind of a load of bullshit. But yeah, stay safe out there, fight the good fight. Feel free to shoot me a message, send me an email about anything and everything. I'm always open. And come up and say hi if you ever see me at a show. And talk to you soon. Bye.